Good morning students. Today we are going to learn strength and efficiency of riveted joint and design of riveted joint for a pressure vessel. So what do you mean by strength of a riveted joint? So strength of a riveted joint may be defined as the maximum force which it can transmit without causing it to fail. Hence PT, PS and PC are the pulls required to tear off, shear off and crushing of the rivet. Next is your efficiency of a riveted joint. So efficiency of riveted joint is defined as the ratio of strength of riveted joint divided by strength of unriveted or solid plate. So what is the strength of riveted joint? Strength of riveted joint is equal to least of PT, PS or PC. This PT, PS and PC you have already learned in your previous video. Next, strength of unriveted joint. So strength of unriveted joint is denoted by P into T into sigma T, where P is your pitch of the rivet, T is the thickness of plate and sigma T is the permissible tensile stress of the plate material. Next, hence efficiency equal to least of PT, that is tearing stress. Next, PS or PC divided by P into T into sigma T. Next we will see design of riveted joint for boiler or pressure vessel. So we have two types of joint, that is circumferential joint and second is longitudinal joint. So circumferential joint is used to get required length of boiler and longitudinal joint is used to join the ends of plate of a boiler to get required diameter. Next, design of longitudinal butt joint of a boiler. Next, first case we will see in design of longitudinal butt joint of a boiler, thickness of boiler cell. So T equal to what? P into D divided by 2 into sigma T into efficiency, longitudinal efficiency plus 1. So 1 is taken, why? For corrosion allowance. Next, T is what? Thickness of boiler cell, P is shear steam pressure of the boiler, D is internal diameter of the boiler, sigma T is permissible tensile stress and efficiency L is equal to efficiency of longitudinal joint. Next is your diameter of rivet. So D is equal to 6 into sigma T, where T should not be less than 8 mm, because if T is less than 8 mm, it will crushing failure will occur. Next, pitch of rivet. It is obtained by equating the tearing resistance of plate and shearing resistance of rivet. Next, maximum value of pitch of rivet for longitudinal joint of rivet as per IBR, that is your Indian boiler regulation, P max is equal to C into T plus 41.28 mm, where C equal to constant and T equal to thickness of cell. Next is distance between the rows of rivet, that is denoted by PB. Hence, for equal number of rivets in more than one row for a lap or butt joint is given by PB not less than 0.33 P plus 0.67 D for a zigzag riveting and less than 2d for a chain riveting. Next, for joint in which number of rivets is half the number of rivets in inner row of the joint, and if the inner row are chain rivet, then PB should not be less than 0.33 P plus 0.67 or 2D when whichever is greater. And for joints in which number of rivets is half the number of rivets in inner row, and if the inner row is zigzag riveted, then PB should not be less than 0.2 P plus 1.15 D, and PB should not be less than 0.165 P plus 0.67 P for full number of rivets in zigzag form. Next is the thickness of butt strap, and it is denoted by T1. So according to IBR, the first point, the thickness of butt strap in no case should be less than 10 mm. Next, T1 equal to 1.25 T for ordinary chain riveting having single butt strap. Next, T equal to 1.125 T into P minus D divided by P minus 2D for single strap in every alternate in outer row is omitted. Next, T1 is equal to 0.625 T for double strap of equal width chain riveting, and T is equal to 0.625 T into P minus D divided by P minus 2D for double strap of equal width chain riveting having every alternate rivet in outer row being omitted. Next, for unequal strap, T1 is equal to 0.75 T for wide strap in the inside, and T1 is equal to 0.65 T for narrow strap in the outside. Next, 6th number is the margin that you have already seen. It is denoted by M, and M is taken as 1.5 D. Next, we will see design of circumferential lap joint of a boiler. So, the thickness, first is the thickness of cell and diameter of the rivet. So, the thickness of cell and diameter of rivet is the same as in case of your butt joint. Next, number point 2 is the number of rivet. So, as we know, shearing resistance of rivet PS is equal to N into pi by 4 D square into tau, where N is what? Total number of rivet. And if the load acting on the circumferential joint is denoted by WS, so WS is equal to pi by 4 D square into P. So, what is D here? D is the diameter of boiler, and what is P? Is the total shearing load. So, if we are equating this equation 1 and equation 2, so what we are getting? N into pi by 4 into D square into pi, that is written here, equal to what? Pi by 4 D square into P. So, pi by 4 get cancelled, and N is what? Capital D by small d square into P divided by tau. So, this is the formula for total number of rivets. Next is the pitch of the rivet. So, if the efficiency of lap joint is denoted by this NC, so efficiency of lap joint equal to efficiency of lap joint for circumferential joint. So, this is denoted by P1 minus D1 divided by P1. So, where P1 is the pitch of rivet for your lap joint. Next is the number of rows. number of rows is equal to what? Total number of rows of rivet divided by number of rivets in one row. So this is given by pi d plus t divided by p1. So where d1 is what? Inner diameter of the cell, t is your thickness, p1 is the pitch. Next, in order to find have a leak proof joint, the pitch of the joint should be checked according to your IBR. And next, the distance between the rows of the rivet is as same as your previous design of a butt joint. Next, overlap of plate may be fixed by using the relation overlap is equal to your number of rows of rivet minus 1 into PB plus your M. So here PB is your margin, PB is, and M is your margin, and PB is your back pitch. This is all about your lap joint of a circumferential joint in a boiler. Thank you. Next is your point number 5. In order to have a leak proof joint, the pitch of the joint should be checked according to your IBR. Next, the distance between the rows of rivet is same as your for the butt joint, and the overlap of the plate may be fixed by using the relation overlap is equal to number of rows of rivet minus 1 into PB plus M. So PB is here your back pitch and M is the margin. So this is all about your circumferential lap joint of a boiler or a pressure vessel, and in the next class we will see the numericals of riveted joint and welded joints. Thank you.